edition of ASMR Spanish Studying. We've got our handy dandy dictionary, the discount store find. Gotta love it. And before we go into the Spanish words A to Z like we've been doing, and I feel like going from English to Spanish was more functionally fun and helpful than going from Spanish to English, so I think we're going to stick with that. We're going to pick a word in English and find its Spanish counterpart going forward, unless everybody votes or indicates that they'd like to see it the other way. But before we get to that, we'll go ahead and slide this out of the way for the moment. And we'll go ahead and get started with what I wanted to talk about first regarding Spanish, is that we're going to be doing some past tense conjugations. So we did the present tense for ER, IR, and AR verbs. And we also did the present progressive, meaning something that you're currently functionally doing. And now we're going to dive into past tense. So how to say that you did a specific thing. And we'll go through that with AR, ER, and IR verbs again. Again, these are to talk about specific patterns. So we'll be talking about patterns more than we will be about exceptions, because we always say there's exceptions to the rule, but it's always helpful, most helpful, to know the rules first. So let's go ahead and learn those rules, shall we? We'll start out with the AR verbs. And we'll start with our example. We'll do comprar. Comprar, which means to buy. Comprar. Now, sticking with the yo, I, the tú, you, the él, ella, usted, he, she, formal you, nosotros, we, and then ellos, ellas, and ustedes. So they, all female they, and you all, a formal you all. So we'll go ahead and get into it. For AR verbs, the rule of thumb is going to be to change the last letter to an E with an accent mark, con acento. Compre, compre. So compre means I bought. If you want to say you bought, you would say compraste. Compraste. You bought. You bought. Compraste. For él, ella, and usted, compró. Compró. He bought. She bought. Compró. Nosotros compramos. Compramos. And I'm going to put a little star on this guy, because this is the exact same as the present tense conjugation of comprar. So nosotros in past tense and present tense is going to be compramos. And that's why it's important to pay attention to the context in which this verb is used. So make sure you pay attention so that if they're saying we're buying it or we bought it, compramos. And then for ellos, ellas and ustedes, compraron, compraron. So to review the roots, E with an accent mark, aste, O, amos, and aron. That's your AR verbs in past tense, standard rules. Now let's move on to the ER verbs. I've used these examples before, but they're commonly used words, so I feel like that's why they're helpful. Beber is to drink. To drink. So under yo, that's going to be bebi. Bebi. B-E-B-I with an accent mark. Bebi. You drink. Bebiste. Bebiste. Él, ella, and usted is going to be bebió. andiero, er. Now, just kind of like the present tense, ir, verbs are very similar. Vivir, to live. Alright. The yo form, vivi. The tu form, viviste, viviste. Él, ella, ustedes, vivió, vivió. Nosotros form, vivimos. Star on it because it's just like compramos. This would be the present tense form, so context is key. And in the ustedes, in ellos form, vivieron, vivieron. So accent mark with an I. Iste, yo, imos, and ieron. Alright, how about that? So, if you can remember these patterns, again, these are the general rules for AR, ER, and IR verbs. ER and IR follow the same pattern. And then AR is aste, amos, and aro. So, if you can remember that, you will be well on your way to speaking in the past tense in Spanish. Now, we'll go ahead and flip over now after our short little lesson there and kind of do our fun, regular grab bag of English to Spanish words. So, let's see, we're going to start in the A's. Okay. We'll do accomplishment, accomplishment, accomplishment. And in Spanish, that's going to be realización. And we've got an accent over the O. Realización, realización, realización. Alright. And now we're in the B's. We're in the B's. Let's see what we can have for fun. I thought of a word that we could do for sure. No problem. Yeah. For those of you out there that love it, bacon. Bacon. That's going to be tocino. Bacon. Tocino. Tocino. Bacon. Bacon. We're in the C's now. We'll go with comedian. Comedian. And these words are just, they're at random, but they're words that you might use with some frequency. And it's just, I feel like fun to know I'm learning right along with you in some instances. Cómico, comedian, cómico. Cómico, cómico, cómico. Alright. If you want to say the date, fecha, fecha. ¿Cuál es la fecha de hoy? What is today's date? Date, fecha. Not to be confused with a romantic date, which is cita. But we're not doing that today, so just know fecha, fecha. Alright, we're in the E's. this is almost a cognate. It's going to be inteligente. Inteligente. Only one L. Inteligente. You all, by studying this with me, are becoming más inteligente, more intelligent. How about that? Now we'll do jealousy. Jealousy or jealous. We'll do jealous. That's celoso. 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 All of your friends are going to be muy celoso of your Spanish skills. Very jealous. Celoso. Celoso. We'll do killer for those of you serial crime junkie fans out there. Asesino. Asesino. Now you can watch a soap opera in Spanish. There's a killer. Asesino. You say, I know that word. I know that word. Alright. Next, we will do... Ooh, there's a good one. Lazy. Lazy. Perezoso. 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 Lazy. Perezoso. Perezoso. You don't want to be perezoso. Alright. Mind. Speaking of someone's mind. Mente. 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 Not to be confused with the plant mint, which is menta. That's what we did last week, or last time. Mente. Mente. Alright. I'm thinking about in the near future doing one that features all the colors and the months and things like that for anybody who doesn't have any Spanish experience, but I also don't want it to be boring for anybody who's gone through high school Spanish and you're like, yeah, okay, we get it. And then, you miss out on anything else that I might have to bring. So we're going to do news next. Noticias. Noticias. And I remember that because it's like notices. It's a notice of the things that are happening in the world. Noticias. Noticias. Oh, here's a fun one. Never seen this one before, so I'm definitely learning with you all today. Ostrich. Ostrich. Avestruz. Avestruz. Ostrich. How about that? Ostrich. Ostrich. Okay. We're in the P's. What's next here? The P's. We can do we'll go ahead and do a near cognate. Personality. Personalidad. Personalidad. Personality. Personalidad. Not a whole lot to offer in the cues, but we'll see if we can find something. Okay, there's a decent one. Quote. If you want to quote something, citar, which could probably also mean to cite, which is what a quote is. Citar. Citar. Here's another one. We'll stick with birds. We'll do another bird. A raven. Cuervo. Cuervo. And some of you out there right now are saying, oh, I know that. Jose Cuervo. The tequila. Yeah. That means his name was Jose being John, and then Cuervo being Raven. John Raven. John Raven. What a guy, right? Cuervo. Cuervo. Alright. Next we will do a scorpion next. That's a fun one. Not one I knew before today either. glasses. Okay. It never hurts to mix in some expressions. Therefore, we got por eso, por eso, por eso, therefore, por eso, por eso. And everybody, you'll have to let me know if you like the page turning, what you'd like to see more of, what you might want to see different. It's always helpful. If you want to leave a comment, and if you've watched to this point, thanks so much. Please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like. Helps this content get seen so that other people like you can enjoy it, hopefully like you have. Alright, we are in the use. Unity. Unidad. Unidad. Alright. There's a good word. One that you might actually use. I want to make sure of that. Vacuum. Aspiradora. Vacuum. Aspiradora. And then we'll do walk, or to walk. The action of walking is caminar. To walk. And again, I think we'll hold off on X, Y, Z because those are few. They're hard to come by. So we'll go ahead and review our words here. Accomplishment, realización. Bacon, tocino. Comedian, cómico. Date, fecha. Eyeball, globo ocular. Flower, flor. Glass, vidrio. Herb, hierba. Intelligent, inteligente. Jealous, celoso, Killer, asesino. Lazy, perezoso. Mind, mente. News, noticias. Ostrich, avestruz. Personality, personalidad. Quote, citar. Raven, cuervo. Scorpion, alacrán. Therefore, por eso. Unity, unidad. Vacuum, aspiradora. Walk, caminar. So, for those of you who are just watching casually,